How are we doing, guys? And welcome to another week of Traders Lounge. A great week so far. We've placed 14 trades, 380 pips banked so far, just over 500 and something for the month, I believe, so far. Also, things are going well. Lots of opportunities out there still. Lots of room, especially across some of the dollar pairs, pound pairs, which we'll be discussing today. In the groups, you hear a lot of us talk about momentum, currencies being stronger than one another. So I'll break you down a couple of examples today. And Atif's going to discuss...
I'll be going through the pound pairs. Basically, that's going to be my focus from now till the end of the month. But it'll be cable and euro pound.
Cool, let's do it. Okay, let's take a look at Kiwi dollar using the core strategy rules. Price was consolidating in and around early April, and we slowly started to see price trending to the downside, forming lower lows, lower highs, and continuing in pattern down to this bottom level of support at 65.13. In here are all of your opportunities to sell on the smaller time frame, on the 1 hour. In terms of looking for price to break cyclicity, looking for a change of direction, which is ideally what we need to be finding. Of course, we'd rather be trading at the beginning of a trend than the end of a trend. So this trend-based pattern we look for, lower highs, lower lows, we can see come to a standstill here where price failed to continue making new lows like it did previously. We had our first move to the upside, and now price has created a higher high. So our pattern that we look for in a downtrend has completed. Price or sellers tried to push down one last time and formed a treble bottom, another reversal pattern off of the exact same level, giving us the indication the sellers are failing to continue, the buyers are looking to take control into the market. This also falls in with a bullish seasonal period for New Zealand dollar. And here we've got our first full phase one back into phase two, and we have two complete cycles of a downtrend. One higher high, higher high, higher low, higher low. As we form this first big bullish pin bar, that again on a daily time frame has confirmed we are back into phase one at the early stage of a new trend. Now, if you fail to find an entry in this area, of course you have the 4 hour and the 1 hour to look for opportunities. So once we have confirmation our daily is clearly trending, we're in phase one, this gives us the confidence to use the smaller time frames. So if we take a look at the 1 hour chart, so as you can see, smaller time frame, more bars, more opportunities, more cycles. First time we see price form a new high and a higher low when all three moving averages are in the correct stacking order, gives us our first trading opportunity. So this is that full phase that we saw on the daily time frame, giving us just one early high probability entry. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again teeing up right now 6 to go long. So within one daily phase, it now provides, or we've seen 6 opportunities to get in on that daily move on the 1 hour time frame. So we have confidence to do so because we've found an early stage in trend over the bigger picture on the bigger time frame. Another example is Euro Kiwi. Cool, so daily uptrend, as we can see, phase one, phase two, phase one created a new higher high. Price pulled back, buyers gave it one last push, and we saw quite a messy double top form, rejecting a strong monthly resistance area. Price come down lower low, small phase two into a nice big bearish pin bar, rejecting moving averages, and again daily phase one. So ideally this was our daily entry here, which was placed in the signal group. 200 moving average could be a hidden obstacle, so our order was a little bit below. But if we now take a look at the 1 hour chart, so this was the daily high test bar indicating the move to the downside. Price dropped below all three moving averages, pulling back, interacting again, giving us our first opportunity to sell. We then had several opportunities afterwards. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 opportunities to sell to the downside. The last actually triggering first thing this morning. So as you can see, as soon as we find confirmation, price potentially reaching new highs, giving us the indication to sell, we look for the opportunity to confirm on the daily, and then we drop to the smaller time frames, more opportunities, more bars, and take full advantage, getting in, getting out. Of course, when we're trading momentum, trading trend, we do need to identify which is the strong currency which is the weak currency, and take full advantage across the board. So just like we was looking to buy Kiwi dollar, a strong Kiwi, we then look to sell Euro Kiwi, and we should be looking across all multiple cross pairs.
And now over to the chart, which will be my main focus for next week. It's the pound. We've been waiting for what seems like forever for some sort of strength to come into the pound. Seasonally, July is supposed to be a good month for pound, and we're running out of time now, but I still think we will see some sort of move, some sort of relief rally up, sort of a weekly correction. August is probably the worst month for pound, so it makes sense for a move up before another sell off of cable. Also, COT data wise, commercials are at a very extreme level now in terms of bullishness. So, going to the chart itself, we can see this lower daily trend line here and see price bounce a couple of times over here. Eventually, we had the last bounce this week here, and we've seen buyers come back in strongly. So there has been a bit of a short squeeze. Now, the Bank of England meeting is on the 1st of August, and the Fed meeting is on the 31st of July. So next week we have a clear run for another sort of move to the upside. And what my target levels will be, we're already at a sort of level here, but I'm expecting or looking for another move back up to these sort of levels here, and possibly another move here, which will tie into a sort of a weekly phase 2. And should we get to these levels, so we got the daily sort of 200 there, then I'll start looking for a sell coming into next month. And next up is the Euro Pound chart, and this is actually the main culprit of why we haven't seen pound strength for a while. Once this topples over, then you can see a lot of pound buyers come back in due to the volume in this chart. If you look at, so this is the daily chart zoomed out quite a bit. Just wanted to highlight this sort of long-term monthly sort of trend line over here, and we actually reached that, produced a fake out, and we're back in here. So zooming into the chart itself, you can see this really big, massive monthly move now. We've had this fake out. As I said before, this is the main culprit in terms of pound weakness, and now it's toppling over. It'll be the main driver for that pound strength. So with this chart, I'll be looking for sell setups on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, using the core strategy all of next week. And once this goes, you see the rest of the pound pairs start rallying as well.
I hope you found this useful. As a reminder, we still have opportunity to join our 2-day FX course in August, the 18th and 19th. We will also be hosting a free seminar to introduce our stocks course as well. So if you're interested in attending or would like more information about what we do, get in contact, click the link to register, and I hope to see you all soon.